Oh, future gays where they have the helmet.
Okay, so
I am a gay from the future. You won't believe how we have sex with men then.
Not going great. Remember how we said
future gay?
Remember how we said it gets better? That was for a minute, but then it got worse. Okay.
I only meant it got better if you were listening to it in 2012. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Please delete this message.
They'll never notice that.
They'll never notice I'm wearing the same clothes. Hi, DJ.
Hello.
Welcome to You're a Child is an Idiot, the podcast where we look back. Do I just start talking?
Yeah.
Have we ever done this show before?
I don't think so.
Anyway, as I was saying, the podcast where we look back on things from your childhood and wonder if they were any good to begin with. I'm Damon.
I'm DJ.
Hi.
Hi.
It's spooky season.
It
is.
is.
As we there's a chill in the air, Deej.
Oh,
the leaves are, if not changing, they're falling. I don't know what they're doing in your area because it's definitely October.
Yep.
Trump has been impeached on the Epstein Files stuff, as we all know. I don't need to tell you that.
He's definitely faced some consequences anywhere, fucking for anything.
Absolutely. And then J.D. Vance was sworn in, and his beard immediately became sentient and tried to attack him.
Yeah.
So
been a meaningful.
That's been great. It's been a real crazy 2 weeks because we just recorded an episode also in October 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's how we record these things. Literally minutes before we put them online.
You know what I like is pointing this out when people have probably never thought about how we record these, never cared. But you want to point it out.
Yeah,
people
that's
love.
My thing. My thing is I'm uncomfortable about something, and so I should just declare it.
People love knowing how the sausage is made.
That's what that phrase means. Ooh,
yeah.
More sausage, please.
Yes. Okay. Great Pumpkin Patch, Charlie Brown. Is that what we're doing?
No,
okay.
We are doing a film.
Okay. Film, but okay.
Now, do you want to play that game that we play where I give you a choice between two films and our audience listens intently and then I never tell you what the other option is? And I also don't use that option in our next episode, so it becomes pointless. Would you like to play that game again?
I love that game and I can't wait to get letters about it.
All right. I've got two films.
Okay.
Both of which I have not seen.
You haven't seen. Okay, well,
I have not.
Be a short intro. Great.
One is more of a comedy.
Okay.
One I think is on the spoopy scale, but not on the spooky scale.
All right.
They're both from the 1980s.
80s. All right. I'm going back in time.
Go back. One is campy and kind of punny and sexy.
Okay.
Sort of a fish out of water comedy. And one is a suburban teenage horror-ish thing.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I think I might need more information before I choose.
Sure. One has actress Cassandra Peterson in it, although she doesn't go by that name professionally.
Elvira?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And one has Chris Sarandon, Susan Sarandon's ex-husband in it.
Oh.
Also known as Prince Humperdinck.
Yeah.
It's not the Princess Bride. Because that's too scary. I won't do it.
Okay. I'm going to go non-camp.
We are going to watch Fright Night.
Fright Night.
It's a rhyming title. You probably love that as a musician.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I love a perfect rhyme. No, is that the same word? It's a perfect rhyme. Anyway.
A perfect rhyme? That would just be repeating yourself. You can't do no, that would be a perfect rhyme. A close rhyme would be like Fright Clyde.
I think you're thinking of a slant rhyme.
Right. Isn't that what's a close rhyme versus a slant rhyme?
I think close rhyme is something you made up. I actually don't know. I don't know. I don't stand by that. Okay, I don't know anything about Fright Night, so we're going to watch Fright Night. No, I'm just kidding.
So what I know is it's like suburban 80s.
Okay.
And a new guy moves next door Chris Sarandon,
Yeah.
and
He's spoopy.
he might be Das Vampir,
Oh.
which is, of course, German for Nosferatu, which is Latin for vampire.
So is this a sucky neck kind of scary?
Yeah, I don't think it's like, what's the other option when it comes to vampires? Is it just like my face becomes like Angel from Buffy and then like just tearing at you, mawing at you?
Yeah.
No, I think this is a neck sucky.
Okay. All right.
Let me look, because I feel like there's a youth in it.
Ute. We got a Ute.
We got youths. Ooh, gay icon Roddy McDowell.
Who?
Roddy McDowell.
Any relation to Andy?
Cornelius from the Planet of the Apes movies, except for the second one.
Yeah, I can't help you there.
We also are going to have William Ragsdale.
You mean Roddy McDowell, born in September 17th, 1928?
That's the one.
Okay.
That's her. We're also going to have William Ragsdale, who you probably remember from Mannequin 2 On the Move.
Okay.
We also have Amanda Bierce from Married with Children, Marcy Darcy.
Hey, Damon, can you hold
Yeah,
for a
what's
second?
that?
Just hold for a second. I'm just going to talk to the audience for a second. Hey, I know I picked this technically. I didn't know what we were in for. I wouldn't have done this to either of us if I had known. Okay, but I just want you to know that I'm trying my best over here, but I'm not presenting a lot of good options sometimes. Okay, so hey, Damon, I'm back.
What's that? I was just doing some laundry over in the corner of the room you can't see from my camera.
We're early on a tear between Masters of the Universe and this one. We are like ensconced back in the 80s.
Don't forget, it's directed by Tom Holland.
Oh.
Now, you're probably wondering if that's possible. How is that possible?
Yeah, this is before
because he's, several decades younger than both of us. It's actually a different Tom Holland. You can name people the same thing.
Several decades? That can't be true.
Ooh, let's see. I don't feel like I want to know either way.
I don't want to know that.
If he's just a few years younger than me, I'll just get mad.
Yeah, that's almost worse because I have aged.
Okay.
Like a cup of milk in the sun.
Do you want to know the answer?
Yeah.
He is 15 years my junior. So not a couple decades.
That's okay. That
1.5 decades.
That feels
150% younger than me.
Now
that's not how it works.
This is gonna make you feel good. The other Tom Holland, the one that we're actually talking about, that directed this film, he is several decades older than us.
That's what I like to hear.
Nearly 4.
Because if I was expected to be directing movies when I was,
don't get me wrong, he was absolutely more successful than you at your age. And that's
a given. I just assume that going into talking about almost anyone who has at least a Wikipedia page.
Yeah. Hold on, let me double check that you don't have one.
Unless it's the Night Stalker, although he was successful. I mean, not in something I want to pursue, but he was successful.
Do not have a Wikipedia page.
Suck it, Tom Holland. Other.
Oh, man.
Suck it, Tom Holland, Roman numeral 2.
Your Instagram does come up, though. So.
Nice.
Also, your LinkedIn. Anyway.
My LinkedIn?
Yeah.
That shouldn't come up second.
It's in there. I don't know if it's second, but it's in there.
Yeah,
we're going to have to do some more.
Yeah, we got to delete that.
Tom Holland, didn't he direct something else that we watched? I feel like
it does feel like this is not the first time. Oh, that's why that's where he met Chris Sarandon, or he met Chris Sarandon here and said, "Hey, I'm doing another movie with a doll.
You want to get in on this?
You want to do that?"
And
Chris Sarandon's like, "Yeah, my marriage to my wife Susan is falling apart, and she's keeping my name."
And he was like, "What's it pay?" That's all I need to know. Chris is going to be there. Oh, we lost Damon to his.
No, I'm here. I was looking at something because there's a woman in here that looks exactly like Amanda Bierce, but she's not Amanda Bierce, but she looks like Amanda Bierce at the time of like the early episodes of Married with Children. So it was really throwing me off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's helpful to all of us. We're going to watch Fright Night.
Hey, that's my line.
Oh,
We're
okay.
going to watch 1985's Fright Night,
There you go.
which was remade, so make sure you got the 1985 version.
Make sure you got it.
And we'll be right back after this. What am I gonna say?
Stay tuned.
Is that like this is a normal conversation and then you don't tell me that the ad started? Is that what we're doing?
In this commercial, you'll be playing the part of Damon Zendalis.
Okay.
Okay.
I have opinions. Okay. You know how this is stupid. You know how there's a lot of lore associated with vampires?
Yes.
They have to be invited in.
Right.
And I feel patrons are much the same way, where you've got to invite them into your circle. So let this be your invitation, and you can. This is evergreen. You can play this whenever. Patreon.com/InnerChildIsAnIdiot. You can come on in. Just come on in. Join up.
Now, sometimes in the lore of Nosferatu, Das Vampire, if you will, my name's David Zendalis, you have to invite them in every time, but in some less canonical instances of this nocturnal beast, like in 1985's Fright Night, you just have to invite them in once, and then that's just a blanket invite. Is that the situation here?
That's last thing. That's the situation here, and because it's a recorded audio situation, you can return to it, and if you have to hear it again, like this is a weird impression you're doing. This is very similar to your Australian accent, but it's for you. Your impression of yourself.
Yum. So sometimes it's just have to clear out sauce. The spilkus that builds up in my nerdy throat.
Remember
You
when
were saying, kind sir?
Remember when we decided that was the gay default voice? Sauce.
We were homophobes.
Yeah,
we were terrible people.
Should not.
I mean, not by today's metric. By then's.
Oh no.
By today's metric, we're fucking Marsha P. Johnson.
Mother Teresa over here. Wait, was she homophobic?
No, actually, don't use her. It's a good stance for the queer community, but
yeah. So anyway, patreon.com/InnerChildIsAnIdiot. We're queer friendly.
Yum.
Yum! Don't say yum. After I said,
I was again the spilkus in my Genectidozoin.
Hey, listen, I'm an ally, but I don't like that. I just want to say that.
Thank you for standing up to me, a queer person, against my homophobic attacks on my own community.
I just think you've had it good for too long. Right?
It's fine for me to be taken down a few notches.
Yeah. We are back. We watched Fright Night, the original, 1985. Was it the original? Was there one before this?
No, this is the original Fright Nighted.
Yeah.
There is a 2011 version.
Yeah.
With the late
Fright Night 2 at some point in 88.
Oh yeah, there is a Fright Night 2 in this universe, and there's also a Fright Night 2 for the 2011 reboot.
Oh boy. I couldn't keep up with all the shared universe and the credits.
Now, hopefully, I was going to say, I was hoping that there would be a multiverse where we can have a crossover with Andrew Wigginstaff, not his name, and a CGI recreation of Anton Yelchin, and they can both fight vampires together. Yeah, the other Fright Night has Anton Yelchin is the young boy, Colin Farrell plays Jerry in that version.
This is weird. This is out of left field for your episode, but I'd like to take a crack at recapping this.
Wow. Okay. So silencing queer voices. First off,
it's time for one straight white man.
Finally. Yes.
For his voice to be heard. You recap it then. I don't want to silence.
No, I want you to. I actually prefer you to recap almost anything.
Okay, so we got baby Herman's head, teenage Herman's head. He's got the hots for. He's going to make out session with baby Marcy from Married with Children.
You're doing great.
Teenage is just a little bit better. They're both kind of upsetting because we know them as adults, but they're hot and heavy. He wants to go to second base. She's like, no. And then he browbeats her into being like, yeah, but he's distracted because Prince Humperdinck the vampire has moved next door, and he is trying to convince everybody, hey, this guy's a fucking vampire, okay? This guy's a vampire. He's got a familiar or something who's like kind of weird but kind of funny, and everybody's like, yeah, okay. We don't believe you. But
everybody being the neighborhood and the police and
the police is like, oh, you want to accuse this guy of murder? Why don't you come? You, the one who's accusing the person, you come with me to investigate this. What?
I'm hardly a supporter of the police, but it doesn't seem like great police procedure to bring the accuser into the interview with the accused. Yeah. And just see how things pan out.
Yeah.
Feel free to roam about the accused's home, private property, look around, look for portraits that might look like your teenage girlfriend, and just see what you can see, and feel free to interject at any time.
Hold on a second.
Rats? Do you have rats in the walls?
Doors.
Oh, Jim Morrison?
A lot of beeping doors.
Beeping. Oh,
hold on a second.
Your home doors.
Yeah.
Well, listener, it's just you and me. And I think this is an opportune time to tell you that I've been trying to get rid of DJ for a while. So I have been in cahoots with his wife to keep opening doors so that his audio is ruined and then only my audio can survive. And then I take over the podcast. DJ, you're back. What are you doing here?
You were
DJ,
not
where did you come from?
Oh, I didn't see you coming in the camera.
Yes, you were talking about William Ragsdale and his fight with Chris Sarandon.
He's like, hey, this guy next door, vampire or not, he's murdering people. There's several people that have been murdered, and I think this is a guy. And everybody's like, I don't know why you're freaking out about these murders in this small town.
It's just sex workers. It's not like they're humans.
Yeah. And everybody's like, nah. But guess what? It really is.
It isn't like nah at all.
Mm-mm.
It's like, yeah.
It's like, yeah. Chris Sarandon's there. Prince Humperdinck's there. He's killing people. And then his mom's like, he's pretty handsome, though. Why don't you come in and have a cup of tea? Oh, no, he's been invited in. We just discussed this in the commercial. That's a thing for vampires. They can get in whenever now. He nearly kills Charlie, and then I guess lets him go. I can't remember what happened, but he gets away at that point.
He gets stabbed in the hand.
Oh, that's
stigmata.
Right. And he gets away. And then eventually, it all goes to hell. Young Herman's head, his buddy Evil Ed, gets turned into a vampire. His girlfriend, young Marcy from Married with Children, gets turned into a vampire.
You're forgetting one principal character. I think you haven't.
Peter Vincent, vampire killer, who we see at the very beginning, an Elvira type character who has a late night show, vampire, and he goes to him because he's a vampire expert. He's like, hey, help me, there's a real vamp, and he's like, that's not a real thing, and he's like, but is it? And then he agrees to help him, mostly because Marcy from Married with Children pays him. Yeah, she said she'll give him all her savings bonds, which is kind of funny. And then they concoct a plan. And everybody melts.
Not everyone.
Weird, melty things.
Very fluid.
Evil Ed is all of a sudden a werewolf instead of a vampire, and he's dead. But then at the end, is he?
Great point. Is that everything?
I think I got every single plot point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Peter Vincent, you mentioned Elvira. I thought of Elvira too, because you and I are the same age.
Yes.
But I think they also mentioned Peter Cushing and Vincent Price as inspirations. In fact, I think they wanted Vincent Price to play this role.
Yeah.
And he said, get fucked. Or whatever.
They were like, we didn't want, he has moved on to serious roles. And then they were like, Roddy McDowell, though, you're not doing shit, right?
He's like, absolutely not. They declined my 5th script for a Planet of the Apes movie.
There's money, you say. Yes, I will do that. Yes.
I did like Roddy McDowall because he was very reverential to Vincent Price. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm not playing him as Vincent Price. I'm playing him as the guy who lost roles to Vincent Price.
Right.
In that Vincent Price played a variety of characters, and this person always played the same characters over and over and over again, which is weird. I mean, do they ever say where this is set?
No, I don't think so.
It's weird because, like, he's in legitimate movies. I mean, B movies, like, not great movies. But
he's, like, on cable access. Yeah.
And then he's on cable access, and then he turns out he's in the town that William Ragsdale is being raised in.
That's cable access.
It's just a minor, like, I mean, I don't expect that everyone on my TV is within my zip code.
Yeah. But, okay, let's go through our characters here. What else did you like anything else about, Roddy McDowall?
I love Roddy McDowall in general because also an effeminate scaredy cat gay. I always appreciate when Roddy McDowall comes into a movie. I don't think Roddy McDowall ever came out in life, but I think he's always a charmer. He's been in the original Planet of the Apes movies. Right. I think he is in 4 out of the 5. Mysteriously not in the second one, but he is in
Tokyo
1,
Drift.
3, 4, and 5.
It's a different cast entirely.
2 Planet 2 Apes.
Right.
But he's in a lot of like those ensemble mystery movies. I remember him. He's in Evil Under the Sun, which is a very campy, delightful Hercule Poirot mystery where he plays a pretty coded gay character. A lot of neckerchiefs in that one.
I thought it was just people that...
I also, even though I'm aware of him, I sometimes conflate him with Tony Randall, who is, I think, in that same sphere of like, I'm not super masculine. I will be the second guy that stands next to Rock Hudson in this movie.
People come in all shapes and sizes. Let's make fun of them.
You're sexless. Get in here. But yeah, I always like Roddy McDowall. But I think of him with Planet of the Apes, but it's hard to remember him because you only hear his voice. We have covered a Roddy McDowall movie on this podcast. I'm just remembering.
What?
A Bug's Life. He plays a well-to-do sort of assistant to Phyllis Diller's queen aunt.
Huh.
You probably didn't recognize him in that either because he doesn't appear physically in that movie.
He was an
it's just his voice.
Ant.
He was playing an ant. But for some reason, they did make him do mocap for it, even though no one else had to. It's just cruel.
Well, it's either me or the...
I did like him. I did like him in this movie. I do love failed actors generally in movies. People who are complete failures at their dreams. I do appreciate that.
Relatable.
It is relatable. Oh, you didn't achieve the thing that everyone told you just to believe in? Interesting.
By the way, everybody go check out my band, the It City.
And go ahead and you can check out Drewford Comic on Instagram. That's also a great.
Don't forget to sign up for a Patreon. Patreon.com.
He's delightful in this. I will say what bothered me throughout is that they aged him up.
Yeah, that was yes,
and it felt very distracting. It may not have been as distracting in SD, but in HD, it felt like they had pushed him into cement mix. He looked like he had fallen into flour.
Yeah, it wasn't. I guess I didn't mind it like as a device, just as far as like the idea of it, because the movies were like bad, but he was in movies, and so it'd be kind of weird if he was like actively in movies and then kind of reminiscing about them. It makes a little bit more sense if that was like, okay, he hasn't had a movie in 10 years, of any,
right. Repeat. I mean, I think I have trouble because I just think of Roddy McDowall because I'm a child of the 80s. I just automatically think of him as old. And so I think they're trying to age a 50-year-old man into a 70-year-old man.
But you've seen the 70-year-old version.
But I'm like, why is he covered in flour? Like, even his skin looks weird. Like, he's very pale in this. So it feels like they have like powder makeup on him. And then they have like the high school theater, like, I'm playing Mrs. Havisham.
They draw
type-
lines on the forehead.
Yeah, it's just very, very distracting. I remember the first time my brother was in a play, a high school play, and we went to see it.
yeah.
And then after we were like meeting up with him backstage, and I saw like the woman who played the chambermaid in the play, and she had the
old age
the mascara lines across her forehead. I'm like, that registers really differently at the distance.
In a theater, there's a few hundred seat theater. You can kind of be like, well, it's a 17-year-old, it's fine. But then you get up close, like when we did Arsenic and Old Lace in in high school. It was like, yikes! I was in that show, so I got to see it real up and close and personal. The ladies,
I played the Arsenic.
They did great. They did a great job. Shout out to Amanda and Jen. I don't know. I haven't talked to them in 20 years, but they did a great job.
They both went home with high school Tonys.
If they could have given them, but they were both closeted future gays named Tony. In that case.
Oh, future gays, where they have the helmet.
Okay, so
I am a gay from the future.
Sure.
You won't believe how we have sex with men then.
Not going great. I would. Remember how we said
future gay?
Remember how we said it gets better? That was for a minute, but then it got worse. Okay.
I only meant it got better if you were listening to it in 2012. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Please delete this message.
What about Charlie? What about Herman's Head? What about
Oh yeah, I thank you for reminding me that he was in Herman's Head.
Herman's Head.
He's the head of Herman.
The head.
He plays the head, the titular head. I had told you, because of our Masters of the Universe episode, I had told you that I had stumbled upon, hold on, let me recount this properly, Out TV Proud, which felt like it was
absurd.
Absolutely one of the worst names channels I've ever encountered. But they were airing Mannequin 2 one day, and he plays the non-mannequin lead in that movie.
That's right.
That is not Hollywood Montrose. And he's also delightful in that. I think I don't want to. I'll work this into Charlie's critique. I like William Ragsdale. He's a good guy. He seems like a good guy. A little bit of a no means no lesson would go a long way, especially meeting him. That's Charlie. The first scene we encounter. It's like, listen to your girlfriend, man.
Well, then she doesn't so much like consent so much as relent, which is like not cool.
Not cool, and not for a great night for either of you, I don't think.
Yeah.
Coercion.
Yeah.
Isn't the same.
Don't browbeat. You know what I mean? Don't like that.
They have been going together for a year.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not trying to forgive him, but I'm also like, hey, maybe you two need to reevaluate if you want to even be in this relationship. If she doesn't want to have sex with you after a year and you really, really want to have sex, it sounds like you might be on two different pages, you two.
You just got to work this out one way or another. Somebody's got to relent.
No.
Wait.
No, we just covered that.
Sure, for the record.
But I will say, I had wished... Okay, so I'm probably going to bring up The Burbs a lot in this episode.
I mean, how could you not?
Because it very much feels like The Burbs. Even though The Burbs is 2 or 3 years after this, it has that same vibe to it. In that you're a paranoid suburbanite, your neighbors are doing stuff. How could I resist the comparison?
For The Burbs, they were like, what if we take Fright Night and we make it somewhat better?
What if we add more explicit jokes into Fright Night?
Yeah.
But I liked William Ragsdale. I wish I had gotten to know all of the primary characters. I wish we had gotten to know him, Evil Ed, and Amy, Amanda Burse's character. Burse?
I always said Bierce, but I only just saw it on the screen when I used to watch Married with Children fairly regularly.
Stamped.
Yeah, the stamped. Yeah. And then the goo, because
starring would get the goo, and then the name got the stamp. Those are the rules of the Married with Children opening credits. I wish we had gotten a little bit more of a day in the life of what is their life like normally? What are their relations to each other? I mean, I know that Amy and Charlie are boyfriend, girlfriend, Facebook official, but I didn't know how is that outside of this situation they're thrown into? And then at Evil Eddie, I couldn't, and maybe it's more explicit if I rewatched it, but was it like, are they friends, or is he just like the Weasley kid that like you're just trying to always shake off?
Yeah.
In high school.
That's why I was confused, because I thought they were friends, but then as it goes along, he's like, don't call me Evil Ed.
Mm-hmm.
And then he keeps calling him Evil, and I was like, is his name when he was screaming it at one point, he's like, Evil? I was like, Evil?
That's not a good, I also want to say, that's not a good nickname, especially in a movie.
Yeah, and now...
Saying evil, calling to someone doesn't sound right. It sounds confusing.
Now, Masters of the Universe... Evelyn instead of Evelyn. Now that's a nickname.
That's called screenwriting.
Her actual.
Hey, Billy Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Watch Masters of the Universe.
Why don't you learn a thing or two, okay?
Stop trying to do iambic pentameter and start learning how to name a character. You know what I mean?
I do think that's a really good point.
Oh, a couplet? Get fucked.
Get fucked. What is 7 syllables?
How many syllables on this line? What's this? 14?
Everybody know what an iamb is, okay?
So we all start there. We're all on that page. We all know what an iamb is. A word that has an MB at the end of it, and you sound both letters.
But no, I think that's a good point though. Is the dynamic is not super clear, so then when you overturn it, you turn it on its head because there's now a vampire in town. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because you're like, are they? Because, he's kind of antagonistic with Ed, but then that kind of makes his turn later not as big of a deal. Because if they had been buddies, it would be like, oh, man. Best buddy.
Oh, they got evil?
Yeah. Oh, he was a real scrap apple.
Evil turned evil? That sucks. Yeah, I mean, The Burbs does this in that the neighbors are already there, but we do get like a day where everyone's just sort of functioning as they are. And it's a fairly extended sequence of that first morning of The Burbs. I apologize to the audience. I have pretty much memorized The Burbs script in my head. But I mean, it's a pretty long extended sequence of everyone just sort of starting their days on the cul-de-sac. And you sort of get the vibe of how everyone relates to each other. And I would have loved a little bit, I think in the first act of this movie is a little bit rushed.
Yeah.
To get to the action. And I will say, like, the second and third acts, I think, drag a little bit. But I would have liked a little bit more investment into this first act so I knew, you know what? The setting of the chessboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like,
you know what I mean?
Pieces into place, you know?
Absolutely. Or as Sandra Lee would say, the tablescaping.
Tablescaping, yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Do you... What about, wait, what's his name? The guy that played... Evil Ed, Stephen Jeffries.
Yes. Now I did look into him because I was like, this is an interesting looking fella, and
a lot of luck.
He did star in a lot of movies. Now movies that you might want to open an incognito window.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. That's upsetting. In a different way, because I just watched him as a teenager in a movie.
Fair enough. He did become an adult, like many teenagers too.
They just reverse Amanda Bierce and William Wright.
He did go on to star in some adult pictures of the.
How's that hog?
Gay persuasion. I actually didn't look up his hog, which is out of character for me.
Yeah,
honestly, I would have. I can't believe I didn't look it up.
Interesting.
Which is, I think, is interesting because I think his character is one of the more queer-coded outside of Jerry and Billy.
Really?
I guess. I mean, especially when he is confronted in the alleyway. Yeah, when he's confronted in the alleyway and Chris Sarandon's like, "Come with me, and no one will make fun of you anymore." I was like, "Oh yeah, teenage Damon would have fallen for that real quick."
Okay,
that felt very specific.
Is that why? We the community of the gay community embraced this movie
maybe. I mean, I think also Jerry himself and Billy, his Renfield
roommate,
have a queer vibe to them.
Yeah,
that we can get into. But yeah, Evil Eddie. I mean, the more I kept thinking about it, like that line, was like, no, that's something. That is a deliberate line, and then it's another thing where it made me think back to the first act where I was like, you could have established that Eddie is like bullied.
Yeah.
We see him kind of ragged upon.
Anything would have helped.
Yeah, we see him like ragged upon by Ragsdale,
Yeah.
by old Raggy. But
I don't like that.
He
I don't like
gets
that
ragged on by Ragsdale.
I don't like that.
He gets ragged on by Ragsdale. And I wish we had seen more of like what his life is like in high school. Is he picked on because he's weird or because he's queer coded or whatever? We also get like a very poignant death scene for Eddie. Death scene ? Of course, as you know.
Yeah.
But like when he does turn into a wolf, which I will note in Bram Stoker's Dracula, while vampires do get the bat thing is really incorporated into pop culture, they also can turn into wolves, and even DJ, lean in.
Yeah. What?
They can turn into mist.
Oh, I do remember that from
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can turn into wolves as well. Less noted than the bat.
But that was like, he was like, they can turn into werewolves? Because he was like kind of a half man, half wolf situation.
Oh, I took that as like, oh, you stabbed me and I'm all fucked up from the stabbing and everything, and I'm in half in, half out.
To be fair, when Prince Humperdinck turns into a bat, it's a ugly, big old bat. So,
oh yeah, so
like
nasty bats, not standard like fruit bats that are flying around. I also want to note with Eddie, like the more I thought back on it, I thought he does sort of exemplify like a closet case in that William Ragsdale, when he's like, hey, I think my neighbor's a vampire, he's like, okay, here are the rules on vampires because I know everything about vampires. And then later in the movie, he's like, vampires aren't real. And I'm like, that is a closet case right there. It's like, don't worry, I know everything about this. But I mean, I'm not into it.
I'm not
anything.
that.
I don't believe that that's something.
Okay, what about Amanda Bierce? What do you got to say about Amy Peterson, Amanda Bierce?
First off, I love her scooter. Did you clock her scooter at one point?
No.
At one point, she's coming over to Charlie's house, and I think Eddie meets her outside, and she's got this cute little coffee-colored scooter with a headlight that folds in the minute she turns it off. I'm not a scooter head. I'm not a scoot. But it was really cute, and I felt like it sort of like, it felt very against the grain in terms of like a girl, the girlfriend in a horror movie. It felt very specific, and I don't know, it charmed me. But I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like I am very charmed by Amanda Bierce because I know she's part of the family. And so I want to give her a lot. She's a lesbian.
Oh, okay.
She's not part of my literal family. And I've always been charmed by the fact that even in the 90s, she was already out. Like, while she was all married with children, she's like, hello, I am a lesbian. Ed O'Neill hates me. Get me out of here. But I don't know. I might be giving her too much license because of who the actress is. And maybe this character isn't all that interesting.
I do like to, she has... I would say she has some sort of arc, which is a lot to say for this movie because there's not much, it's not trying to do that, I don't think, very hard. But it's because it's kind of like a, growing up story for her a little bit, because she's got, talk about the scooter, talk about like she's not ready to have sex with her boyfriend, but she's kind of like struggling with growing up. And then there's like, that she eventually kind of gets glamored by Humperdinck. What's the actual Jerry? Jerry Dandridge. He kind of like hypnotizes her, and then he has a thing for her because she looks a lot like his long lost love that he's got a painting of or whatever.
Yeah,
and then
I'd like to come back to that, but
we'll come back to that. But like, we don't get a lot of that other than like one line, but.
I mean, you've already covered what I wanted to come back to.
Yeah.
It's just like a thrown off thing. I'm like, that feels like a big element
that
to
feels
the story.
Important, but we didn't explore.
We didn't even see the full portrait that he saw, that he was like, Amy?
Yeah. I mean, most of it is like from reading a recap afterwards and being like, oh, okay.
It feels very, I mean, I mean, some of it seems inspired by some, I won't say Bram Stoker's Dracula, but some adaptations of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
In that, this is very apparent to us because we watched Francis Ford Coppola's version, but I think he did not even originate the FFC.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Fast Furious 100. He didn't originate this idea, but there in a lot of Dracula adaptations, sometimes Mina is portrayed as a reincarnation or at least passing a resemblance to a long lost love of Dracula.
Okay.
And so that might be playing into this element of Fright Night's Amy?
Which is a cool, that's a cool idea, right?
It is a cool idea, and it's weird that it sort of glosses over it and expects us to sort of put it together for it.
It explains why he would give a shit about these Charlie makes sense because he's bothering him. He's won't leave.
Just
him
annoying.
alone.
I'm here to suck blood.
Yeah, but then why the hell would he care about other than just kind of victimizing her? Why would he care specifically about this girl? But we don't really explore it, and we don't really get this development that I'm talking about of I keep forgetting the actual character names because I want to say Marcy of Amy's
Marcy
character.
Darcy.
This actual development is very thin, and I'm kind of I feel like I'm being pretty generous with this development of character that happens over time. But it's about her coming into womanhood and sort of exploring that, and then she's this kind of busty, more she's wearing a much more revealing outfit, and she's kind of grown up at the end, but she's becoming a vampire.
It's called What Not to Wear. What Jerry did was ahead of its time, and he took her into the 360 mirror and taught her what not to wear, and then she came out with beautiful teased hair, a white, sheer dress, and then a mouth that could eat a hoagie in 1 second.
Oh, let's talk about this since we're talking about Amy. So at the end of the movie, she is nearly fully transformed, and she gets the most terrifying vampire mouth I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
It is
say like
Stewie's head on Family Guy, but teeth only.
It is awesome. I was legitimately curious how they did this because it seems practical. I mean, it's obviously practical, but I mean, it seems like it's
I don't know how practical it seems to carry that mouth around.
It seems like it's on Amanda Bierce's head.
Yeah.
She's moving around and emoting, and then there's this huge fucking mouth on her fucking skull, and I don't know how it works, but it's awesome in terms of prosthetics. Do you not agree?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be that's my scene, man, but it's pretty great special effect.
It really is. I don't like it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think that is the goal.
But it's very scary in a cool way. It is, especially for this movie, which isn't doing a whole lot of that in other places. That this is about as cool as it gets, I think.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there were a lot of moments where it felt like they were trying to show off the special effects. Yeah. And there were times where I was like, I got it. Thank you, Fright Night. Thank you, Fright Night. I got it. The wolf death, I'm like, yep, you did a lot here. You absolutely did. It felt like, me writing extra, words, looking up thesaurus words for my essays in high school. I'm like, this is really going to impress Miss Searfoss.
But a 1,500-page essay, or 1,500-word essay. Huh?
Will she notice if I do 1.5 spacing?
Courier New 12. It's the biggest one they got.
But yeah, there were a few instances where the special effects were really nice, but they felt really drawn out to the point where they were like, "You see what we've done here?" And apparently the team that worked on Ghostbusters also worked on this film.
To me, I feel like that's a thing in horror movies. To me, is they want to show off. It's like if you didn't care for action movies, I don't really care for most horror movies. It's if you didn't care for action movies, and they're like, why are they driving these cars around like this? You know what I mean? I think it's
slow down.
I think it's more of a me thing. I'm like, I get it. But
you guys, you're gonna end up at the same stoplight anyway. Why are you driving like?
You can't take those hills like that. You're gonna
San Francisco can't do these type of chases. You gotta park at an angle, and then you gotta turn your wheels.
You can't go down Lombard like that. It's not practical. There's 8 other streets you could take. That's just we're just gonna keep narrowing down that niche until like just
until it's a specific apartment in San Francisco.
Just a few people are gonna know what we're talking about. But I agree with you. I think the mouth is pretty cool for what it is.
Yes.
I think that's the coolest part of the special effects in this movie. But there's a few like he has a very Billy has a very end of lost arc death, like his just melts and he's like green or something. It's very gross.
I mean, I think this plays into the Amy portrait thing in that I feel like there's a lot of, I hate saying this word because it's become loaded, but there's a lot of lore left on the table.
You've said that like 8 times.
I know.
You're scared to say lore.
I feel like now I hear nerds saying lore and I get a cringe effect. So I feel like I hate myself for saying it.
Well,
but I feel like there's
we can talk about that in a separate podcast.
My personal therapy podcast.
Yeah. We won't even release it.
But I feel like the Amy thing is like some background story that they don't get into that seems pretty interesting. And then what the fuck is Billy? Like, I thought he was just a guy like Renfield in Dracula.
Yeah.
But apparently he's some other type of thing that if you shoot him enough, he becomes green and melts.
Yeah. It was and was it the shooting or did they actually stake him at some point?
Well, no, I think they just shot him.
Yeah, I don't know. The lore, like you said, gets kind of confusing. And maybe that's me. Maybe that's me coming from too much vampiric pop culture, over time and trying to bring my own shit into it. I don't know how, it's made up. It can work however you want. We don't have to play by the same Dracula rules.
Yeah.
If you want to be a different kind of Dracula, be a different kind of Dracula.
I do feel like this pre-Anne Rice world, though, feels like, no, we're following Dracula rules. But even then, I'm like, how does Billy work then? Like, how is he melting into green, ecto cooler all over the stairs?
When it's weird,
and the stairs are carpeted, DJ. That's
you're never gonna get that out.
You're never gonna get Billy out of the stairs.
Before we talk about getting Billy out of the stairs, do we need to jump into the popcorn at all?
Aside from Charlie trying to coerce his girlfriend into sex?
That's one of them. I don't know if this even needs its corner.
Let's be safe and get into the corner.
Okay.
So that we know we're safe from the problems. Okay, because that's really why the corner was created.
It's
to protect our bodies from the problems of the problematic.
Okay, so now we're in the problematic corner.
Yeah.
Assume that we walked in.
Mm-hmm. We should add footsteps into the theme song.
It's a door.
Let them know about it. We're just going to be doing a 1940s radio play.
Thank you, Robert Edgar, for working so hard to find those Foley effects. Really appreciate you. So for what it is, for the time it is, I think we're doing okay. But there are a few things. You mentioned right off the bat, we get
some
Charlie. I
issues.
want to call him Billy. I don't know. I think.
Have I been calling him Charlie? I've been calling him Charlie.
It's Charlie.
Oh,
his name's William Ragsdale, so that's why I'm calling. I don't know why I'm calling him Billy. But
Billy Raggy.
We also get just a bit of offhanded homophobia, like calling him fruitcake. There's a gay joke in there that I can't remember what exactly it was.
Oh, did I even register fruitcake?
And then there's at one point,
fruitcake can also mean just a crazy person. Don't defend homophobia, Dave.
No, I don't remember the context, but we all knew what he meant. And then there was also the this is much even milder, but mom, when she sees her she's like, my luck, he's probably gay. Which
I'm like, are you just cruising all your neighbors, Mom? So how many neighbors have you slept with, Mom?
And you know what? Good for you. Consenting adults.
Yeah.
Making sweet love.
It's a swinging neighborhood.
I didn't find anything else that belonged in the problematic corner.
No, the fact that she acknowledged that homosexuality exists actually for me was like in the pro column. Like with my luck, he's probably gay. I'm like, oh, she acknowledges that gay people exist, but didn't put a morality clause on it.
Yeah, not even really problematic. Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Wow, what a trip. What a trip to this problem.
Let them know about it.
That's our footsteps.
So let's talk about the relationship between Billy and
Well, do we want to talk about Jerry as
Jerry,
an entity
sure.
in
Yeah.
himself?
go for it. Take it away.
No,
Balloons.
don't. Not now. Not
Balloons.
now. No? Okay.
I don't know how I turned it off and you didn't. Like, I didn't do anything.
Ooh, there we go. Look at that. This looks like the least... Like, if you wanted to tell someone what Damon is not like you can send this screenshot.
I don't know. I could see you having those lasers in your fourth grade school portrait.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that was Jason, not me. I was like, what do you have in a muddled blue?
Do you have a... I'll have the Owen Mills gray, please.
I want it to look like I'm stepping out of the smoke of a well-tended bonfire, please.
Do you have pitted leather?
I want the photo to look like it has a musk to it. Okay.
I just smell like my grandma's basement.
Where there's a refrigerator full of Dr. K.
From 1971.
She's not paying for the name brand stuff.
It tastes the same.
I was really charmed by Jerry. One, he eats apples all the time. Great.
Fruit bat.
He is a fruit bat. I did read about that. I also learned... Well, I was reminded of What We Do in the Shadows, where they can't eat food at all. If they eat regular food, they vomit profusely. And so I was reminded, I was like, okay, so that rule does not apply here. Got it.
Yeah.
Which also makes me curious, like, could a vampire just be cool about it? And just, like,
I always
have a steak and an apple and be chill?
I think there's different interpretations of this in lore. But I think
Thank you.
Different. But to me, it's like a different kind of hunger. It's not the hunger that gets them fed. I would think that. I mean, obviously like What We Do in the Shadows is a good example. Like they don't eat or drink, whatever. But it's like it's not what they need to live because they're not living.
Okay, it's like a spiritual. Like I must feed on something.
But actually, I don't know. I think
the Twilight vampires, they're vegetarians, quote, quote.
Do they eat?
They eat deer. They will hunt down deer and suck the deer's blood.
And then baseball. How does that work with the baseball?
Thank you. Actually, you're breaking up right now. I will have to get back to you at a later date.
And so was Kristen Stewart, was she a vampire when she was puke acting?
No, she's great. She's a member of the family, like me and Amanda Beer.
Respect. Put some respect on her name. I like his Jerry to an extent. I feel like with a lot of things in this movie, I feel like I want there to be more than there is. Like I like Chris Sarandon he brings a lot of
humperdinck.
Yes, exactly. I think I just like The Princess Bride. And so like with Amanda Beers, you're like, I'm bringing a little bit of that into the table and I'm like, I want to like it. And then I read afterwards where they're like, he really tried to bring some pathos in the character. And then I'm like rethinking of the movie. I'm like, I guess.
But I mean, that begs the question, like, was that quote pulled from like where he had just sit in front of like a curtain of the poster of the movie for like 12 hours and have to answer like press junket questions?
Yeah, what's he supposed to say? I showed up, they gave me a bunch of words to say, I said them convincingly and handsomely, and then I left.
And the tech cleared, and thank you.
I am of two minds of the actors talking about acting. Is like, one is it's the most up its own ass obtuse thing ever, and it's annoying. And sometimes I hear myself talking about music that way as a musician, and I feel the same way. I hear it. But on the other hand, I'm like, what are they supposed to say? You asked them a question about it. Like, and
they told me where to go and where to stand and what to say, and I did that.
Don't you want them to give a shit about their craft? You know what I mean? And then, but it is like, I pretended to be someone else. And then they called cut, and I ate craft services. Because I'm not a vampire, and I don't have to drink blood. So
And
I
then
just drank this
went back to
Kool-Aid.
my hotel room and I watched The Office until I fell asleep.
And I was like, oh, great. The Deadliest Catch is on. I'm going to watch that for 4 episodes in a row until I fall asleep. Till call time tomorrow.
It's a real treat. No, I thought he was really good. I think that he does have like a quality to him that works for the part of a suburban vampire.
Yeah.
Thick head of hair.
He's handsome.
Handsome.
Yeah.
Interesting choice in sweaters.
Yeah.
And
He's weird looking. Like, you know what I mean? Like in a actor, a movie star sort of way. Sorry.
yeah, he's like handsome, but like
Yeah.
there's like, what's going on there?
The face.
Yeah.
It's in a
You
different
have a
order.
killer?
Something's not
Were
right.
you married to Susan Sarandon?
Did she surpass your career?
Go
in
ahead
some
and
way?
Take your name? She did more with your name than you did? Is that correct?
Is that correct? Is that Dutch Sarandon?
But no, I think he has a lot of as Mr. Burns would say, glower power, especially like when he goes into that nightclub that is apparently on the way to Amy's house. I'd like to talk about the just geographic map of this town that they live in.
What city is this? One more time.
What city is this? She is girlfriend, boyfriend with a man who lives in the suburbs, and to walk her home, they have to go through an industrial area and a nightclub area, and then her house is apparently on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Call me old-fashioned,
I will.
but I did grow up in the suburbs, and that's not how they were set up typically. I will add the caveat that there's a chance that they were set up that way.
Okay.
Anyway,
Don't
the
be gross.
burping. What was I talking about?
You were talking about
Chris Sarandon and his weird sexual luring.
Oh God, sorry. I had a tab open to the teeth, to the mouth. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that because that's upsetting, especially when I wasn't expecting it. When you Google Fright Night mouth, you're ready for it. You know,
You have to be ready for it. The tab should have said Fright Night Mal.
Well,
at least
I didn't. You know, I have enough open that I just, I didn't see what it was.
I hear you. I
was
hear
trying
you.
to look for I was trying to see if I could find the setting in the, but I just don't. I don't think it's part.
I don't think they ever specify. It's just generic suburbs, and that's why the walk home to take Amy home, like, this is ludicrous. Even if this is how your town was set up, you would not walk her home.
You'd scoot at least.
You would drive her home. She's got a scoot. She's a scooter babe. But I like Jerry a lot. There is like a queerness to Jerry. I think there's a queerness to like all vampires in a way.
Yeah.
But there is a queerness to him in that he's like well-to-do. He's got this nice house, well-appointed house in the suburbs. He's got a manservant that is able to, pay the electric bill during the day. And then he's going to nightclubs in sweaters at night to pick up teenage girls that he will not have sex with. He will just drain of their life force.
Yeah, but toplessly.
While looking at his neighbor in the window.
Yeah. He does make them get out their 80s boobs first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Get those out.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to slowly pull down the window shade with my very long fingers. Thank you very much. And then that's that.
And that's that. What about Billy? We didn't really talk
Okay,
about
so
that
this
yet.
is where the queer element really started to, the seed started to get in my old gay skull over here.
Didn't know where you were going with that, but okay.
I was just talking about seeds and skulls. So Billy, when
Isn't that
Charlie,
club that, like George Bush was in.
seeds and skulls, they made you have to open a tornado cellar to find a coffin.
They were
in your initiation.
They're into like the anatomy of the human body and then bird watching.
Safflower will keep the starlings at bay. So we're introduced to Billy when Charlie, after the first night of seeing the coffin being delivered to the house, he wants to get into the basement and he tries to go in through a storm cellar. And Billy's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's got like a Walton Goggins vibe, but also like Who played the D? You know what? I was going to name someone that I knew you were going to not be able to name. The DEA agent on Weeds. That's not a person that we all have just at the ready. Don't worry about it. But he has a very plain-faced look to him.
Yeah. He's kind of being kind of playful in that first interaction, which is kind of fun. Like, I was kind of hoping for more of that, and it didn't ever quite manifest.
Yeah.
I like where he's like, he's intimidating, but he's not scared of Charlie at all. So he's kind of like fucking with his teenage neighbor. He's like, "What are you doing? Get the fuck out of there!"
Well, even during the police investigation, he's kind of being folksy and charming with the police guy, and he does not seem put off by Charlie at all. Apparently, that is how he got the role. Is that the audition scene was the police investigation scene, and he was the only person who played it for laughs rather than being intimidating. And so he got the role. I mean, I sort of left with Billy wanting to know more information, which is very frustrating.
What's their sleeping arrangement? So
who's bottom, who's top? What's the deal here? Is it a bunk bed? Does he get into the coffin with him?
Doing like top of coffin, bottom coffin, top coffin.
Yeah, is it foot to head to foot? What are we doing here? I've just got questions.
Coffin.
And I've drawn many drawings to get to my point.
Coffin with a little doggy bed at the bottom where Billy's.
There is a Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns describes wanting to be buried with Waylon Smithers being buried alive with him. And at the foot of his coffin, there is like a little cavity for a screaming Waylon Smithers at the bottom.
Lord.
Charming.
Upsetting.
That's what I meant to say.
I think the scariest thing about this movie, besides the teeth, is the 80s guitar. It's rampant.
Okay, yeah. You might have more trauma associated with this than I do. Where was it most apparent?
I mean, it was very 80s.
Am I playing? Is this what chord is this that I'm doing right now?
That is a.
Let me show you my
C7 flat 9.
Okay. That's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say because I wanted to defer to the expert.
Well, you see, on the top of the chord, you raise the root by a half step, and it adds tension. Okay, so
what if I do the thing where I'm like my finger is kind of moving? Is that doing anything? Yeah. What is that?
That's shredding. You're just straight shredding.
Oh, classic. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm pretty much like Slash. Is that correct?
Yeah, Slash.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what.
Go on.
Yeah. There's not really. I mean, it's fine for what it is. I don't want to talk about the score too poorly. It's music by Brad Fidel. I don't know how to say that name. Fidel? Probably Fidel.
No, he went. Didn't he go west at some point?
Yes. So
Fidel goes west. Oh, then Linda Ronstadt was around. Why have we not?
It's on the list, man. It's on the list. Listen, you wanted to take August off, and so I got that.
That's what happens.
Let's see. He's also done the music for Fright Night Part 2.
Oh.
He's done the music for the.
I've heard of that one.
The music for Blue Steel, starring Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay. Yeah.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day. That was the one I was thinking of. That was like, he did one big one. He did something for Gladiator, apparently. I don't know if did he do the music for that?
Gladiator 1 or Gladiator 2?
I don't think he was necessarily involved with Gladiator 2. So
interesting that they didn't mind him back. That's probably why I felt like a disconnect between the two movies.
Interesting. Jerry Goldsmith's unused scores released by Intra Records for Gladiator in 2013, but none of Brad Fidel's retained score appears in the 1992 album. What?
1992?
I don't know what we're talking about. Damon, are you ready to go to the verdict?
Hold on, I put a cherry in my mouth.
Is it the good kind?
Now, it's interesting you say that because I bought a new kind of cherry. I bought it alongside the Luxardo cherries that I always love, but I bought a new kind of cherry just to see how they are. Because I've gone to a few bars where they have almost semi-translucent cherries. I wanted to see how they act.
And?
They're good. They're a little sourer.
No. I'm out.
Oh, okay.
Luxardo cherries are
No.
crazy. Like, I don't understand why they're so good. They're so good.
You know what I think it is? I think it's the sugar and the syrup, which is a sort of melted sugar.
It is sugar and then the additional sugar. What I like...
and then they are dense. I like that they are dense and firm.
They have a bright flavor to them somehow, though.
Absolutely.
I like to have myself a little mocktail, and it's just my little bubbly drink. But I just put a couple cherries in there.
So the mocktail is just bubbly with a cherry in it.
Yeah. It's not a mocktail as much as I put cherries in my drink.
I will sometimes make me and Tyler a cherry Coke with standard Coke, Coca-Cola, and take some of the Luxardo cherry syrup.
That's fancy. I
and
can't
then,
do that. It's 7:30 p.m. I'm going to stay up forever.
I'm not doing anything, Riverside. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Okay.
You can't see this, but I'm making a mocking gesture.
All right. I can't give a good complaint against going to the verdict.
Okay. Are you on is someone timing you and are you getting paid by the hour?
What is I feel like I have a lot of big things I want to say, but I don't. I'll save them for my verdict.
There you go. Let's go to the verdict.
Please.
I'm going to quote. Welcome to Fright Night. For real. David, what is your verdict?
I think I kind of like this movie. I don't think it's an overt it's hard for me to describe because I don't think it's overtly funny. I don't think it's also overtly scary, but there's something about this movie that I find very interesting. I think possibly it's
funny. Covertly scary.
It might be covertly funny. I mean, I as a suburban kid, there is something that intrinsically interests me about suburban paranoia. It's this thing where you don't live close enough to your neighbors to be super close to them, but you're not in a rural situation where you may not ever encounter them. You're close enough to be like, what's going on over there? What are they?
And nosy.
They painting their shutters today? What's going on? Oh, is that the color they're doing their shutters?
Car in their driveway. That car wasn't there yesterday.
Oh,
new car?
You know what? I think that's their son-in-law's. I think that's their son-in-law's truck. Greg, don't dial 911. It's their son-in-law's truck. I think there's a queer element to this movie that I find very interesting. I don't know if it's entirely great in that. I mean, we do have Evil Eddie, and I talked about him being sort of like a corollary to a closet case. And Jerry, I think, has a lot of queer elements. You know, there's even that moment where he and Billy are on the stairs, in the penultimate scene with Roddy McDowall and William Ragsdale. They're about to give him the what for. And Jerry just sort of rests his arm on top of Billy's shoulders.
Yeah.
And it's not sexual, but it's not platonic either. It's I can see myself doing that to Tyler, but I can't see myself doing that to you, for example.
Right.
That's a very intimate moment.
Yeah. There's a relationship there to the term nodding.
But there's also this factor of well, he's a vampire and he's infecting people with vampirism. And this is 1985. So that adds a whole other element to this movie with the AIDS crisis just starting to enter into the mainstream discourse. But also Tom Holland, not Spider-Man, who directed this movie. He talked about how that was a conscious effort on his part, where he had lost friends already to AIDS at this point, queer friends of his. He is not queer.
Do you think that was true, or do you think he came up with that retroactively?
I'm always a little curious.
Not that it matters. It doesn't matter, honestly.
I mean, it is tempting when someone's like, "Now I've found a new way to look at your piece. This thing you made," and you're like, "No, I never thought of that." Or I could look like a genius and just say, "Yep."
Once you release it, it kind of doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like that's the beauty of art is if someone sees something in it, it's kind of like,
right.
Well, then it's
the
there.
author. The author is dead theory. It's like, who cares if Jerry is gay or Jerry is straight, whatever you interpret it to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is something fascinating about this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it shares a lot of DNA with the Burbs, even though it's not overtly a comedy. And I don't mean that as like a slant against Fright Night. I think the Burbs is outright trying to be a jokey comedy, and Fright Night is not trying to be that. There is part of me that wonders, what is Fright Night trying to be? Because I don't know about you, but I didn't find it remotely scary in any way. Not that that's what is necessary for a horror movie, but
kind of off-putting in parts with like gross, but not scary.
There's a gross element to it, but not a there's not a jump scare in this movie. There's not. I don't think it's particularly gory, especially because the people who goo into bits are green monsters, usually when they goo. But yeah, I mean, generally, I like this movie, and there's part of me that wonders if I will revisit it in a Halloween. Should my freedom of speech be allowed in future Halloweens?
We'll allow you one movie per Halloween, so I hope this is the one.
Thank you, Donald Trump Jr., President.
So your inner child, not an idiot, from Damon. So
yes, that's correct. That is.
Do you have any?
Need a vote on that.
Do you have any nominees for the Catherine O'Hara Memorial MVP Award or the Sally Field Memorial Single Scene Award?
Well, you know I love a fag, so I'm gonna go with Catherine O'Hara for Roddy McDowell.
Okay.
Even though he looks like he fell into a bag of flour.
Yeah.
I just like mincing. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Type of gay guy.
I'll second that. If I may nominate the mouth scene for the Sally Field Memorial Scene Award.
Yeah, absolutely. Amy's mouth. You just want me to write that in my notepad? Amy's mouth?
I just know you can get a good screen cap of it for the old social media.
That is true. That is the most important thing of all.
I kind of agree. Your child is not an idiot. It's like barely, because I wouldn't say I love this. I don't really have any interest to revisit it. However, it was kind of inoffensive. And it's not a genre I really like. It wasn't, as you mentioned, it wasn't really overtly funny. And there was more there that I kind of felt like was missing. Like we talked about the evolution of Amy's character that kind of didn't really happen and kind of happened between the pages. And Jerry's character and like his depth, which was like nodded to, but not really there. But, it's also kind of a fun, silly Halloween movie, a spooky season movie. And I think it succeeds at that. And it's a little too many creepy elements for me as far as like, ugh. But it wasn't like, it wasn't super gory. It wasn't, as you mentioned, it wasn't scary and all the things that would make me actually be like, I can't watch this. So yeah, I agree with you. Don't give your children Valium. Charlie's mother. I just want to. I don't think we knew that yet. Mrs. Charlie is problematic just as a mother.
I was charmed by her. I wish she was around more because she felt problematic in a way that I liked.
Like
I was like
a real mom.
She's a bad mom. Bring her closer, please.
Like we could have actually. I think if this were made in a more current time with a more clever approach, that could have been really fun.
Actually, based on the trailer I saw for Fright Night, the remake, Toni Collette plays Mrs. Brewster.
Oh.
And it felt like, at least from the trailer, that she has a more involved status in the movie.
Okay.
She looked like she was involved in some of the action sequences, which was interesting because, I mean, we didn't bring this up, but like, she felt like she was being created, his mom's character. She felt very specific again but then she disappears throughout the
gone.
third
Yeah,
act.
yeah.
And it's like, it feels weird that you spent all this time building up this very interesting single mom character who might give her child Valium when he has trouble sleeping.
She invites
And then-
Jerry in, like she's kind of the
Absolutely.
catalyst
She's
for him.
trying to get railed by any vampire in the neighborhood. And then all of a sudden she's like gone through the third act. And I'm like, I mean, I appreciate that you set up that she's working the night shift tonight, but
Yeah.
it feels weird that you set up such an interesting character to be absent for the last third of the movie.
Also, if you're interested in our various references to the Burbs, we covered the Burbs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Episode 51. Check it out.
I kind of want to go revisit it this October for Halloween purposes.
Yeah, I don't remember what we said. I remember liking it to some degree.
We were generally pro. I know I was probably enthusiastically pro.
It was almost 200 episodes ago. Who can remember? Did you notice when Jerry is in the house and he walks across the room and you cannot see his reflection in the mirror?
No.
There was something in the trivia somewhere where Tom Holland was like, we spent like 3 days on this shot and I framed it terribly so nobody noticed it. And I happened to be like kind of thumbing through the trivia while I was watching the movie, like I did
during that scene.
And I had just watched that scene. I was like, oh, I didn't see that. And so I went right back to it and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But you really have to be looking for it. 'Cause it's just framed, like it's just in the background. It's kind of out of focus. So you'd have to be like, you can't even tell if it's a mirror except for if you're looking for it. So, but it was like, it was pretty cool. What do you think, everybody? Email us, yourintrialsanidia@gmail.com. You can text us, leave us a voicemail, 615-576-0525. We want to thank our patrons for supporting the show, including Lindsay, Halik.
The Elusive fan Gromkin.
It had the cadence of a joke.
Bill Haynes.
Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Karen Curd.
Josh Frigo.
No, Damon's Australian unique scene.
Tommy Boy is Damon's favorite movie.
Hizoner the Mayor.
The Zesty.
Beth Surmont.
Tippi von Cheaterly.
And Jeremy Powlen. Jeremy Powlen, by the way, Mazel Tov on your nuptial this month.
Congratulations. Caroline Amberson.
Lindsay Nell.
Jackson.
You know what? I don't like that Jackson's name no longer involves my name.
What if we do Jackson?
Don't care for that.
We give him abbreviations for has an unhealthy obsession with Damon. So it'd be Jackson HU, whatever the rest of that would be.
HBCU, absolutely.
Yeah.
Larissa Maestro.
Travis Vance.
Zachary Hartley.
The supreme ruler of this podcast.
Yes. Dr. Malcolm's Heaving Bosom.
The Hands of Fate.
Jonathon Day.
Little Miss Chicken Nugget.
Kid on the Cartouche.
Stu-StusStuartJ.
Particle Man.
T. Smith. Thank you all very, very much.
Thank
we really
you
appreciate
all.
your support. And if you want to support like them, patreon.com/yourintrial.idiot. And idiot. And remember, this is an open invitation. We're inviting you in.
We have welcomed you in.
in.
My single mother has welcomed you in. I
Please
can do
don't-
nothing to stop you. You're wearing a red scarf, perhaps. You have a thick head of hair.
I'm really sensitive about my neck, so please don't bite.
Yeah, if you could do like, you can bite the inner thigh. That's fine.
Whoa!
You can bite wrist is okay.
Ooh,
My
I don't like
neck's
that either.
super sensitive.
I don't like that. Maybe like my arm. I could do the arm.
No, we gotta get an artery. Come on.
I got
Any
arteries
reason-
in there.
Look, the vampire has agreed to meet you halfway. You have to pull your weight.
Meet me halfway. He's in my house. I invited him.
But you're like, oh, not this vein, but this vein. Come on.
All right. Bite
Femoral artery?
Fine.
Thank you.
Fine. Okay, hold on.
Fine. You can suck on my inner thigh.